Hi, my name is Hania Jodad. I am here with you through Progressive Hub, and we're here with the one and only Beth Miller from Jewish Voice for Peace Action. This is the second day at Progressive Central, where we just had representatives speak from all over the nation, in addition to our very own Senator Bernie Sanders. So let's talk about the Reject AIPAC coalition, what our hopes are here today in Chicago and throughout the convention. And in addition to that, what are we hoping to see Harris and Walt's presidency achieve?
Thanks so much for chatting with me today. Broadly speaking, the Reject AIPAC Coalition is a coalition of over 25 progressive groups that are coming together to basically say that we understand that we on the left have to pool all of our power and all of our resources to save our democracy. Because right now, what we see is that groups like AIPAC and their super groups like the United Democracy Project have seemed to found a template for how to essentially buy an election and kick progressives out of office. This cycle alone, they spent over $25 million to kick out progressives Jamal Bowman and Cori Bush. That is a high school principal from the Bronx and a nurse from St. Louis who were representing our communities in Congress and who were speaking out for progressive values not just here at home, but in Palestine as well. They were showing that progressive values are universal. And that's why AIPAC came for them. AIPAC has made it its mission to basically go after any member of Congress who dares to speak out for Palestinian rights, let alone call for an end to Israel's genocide right now. And they are flooding these races with money from their super PACs, never even talking about Israel, which is the one issue that they claim to care about, because they know that their stances are unpopular. And then ousting these incredibly popular progressive black incumbents. And so we on the progressive left have to take this threat very, very seriously, and we need to recognize that it's going to take all of us coming together to protect our incumbents and to start really changing the face of Congress so that it reflects us and our values and the progressive vision that we are trying to build for America. So the Reject AIPAC Coalition is working to get members of Congress to pledge and commit to not taking AIPAC endorsements, not taking AIPAC money, and not working with AIPAC. And the other thing that is a key focus of the coalition is to say it's not just about how AIPAC is acting during the election cycle, it is also about the policies that they push in Congress. AIPAC is a warmongering extremist lobby group that is basically trying to create a U.S. foreign policy where members of Congress rubber stamp unconditional military funds and weapons to the Israeli government, and that is directly at odds with what the Democratic voting base wants to see.
And what is JVP Action's role here today at the convention?
Today I was speaking at the Progressive Democrats of America panel to talk about how we are organizing on the ground to create change. What are the strategies and the tactics that we're learning and seeing? JVP Action is also going to be participating in some of the uncommitted movement press conferences and events that are taking place, and helping push forward and show that Jewish Americans are part of the broad voting base here in this country that are demanding an end to the weapons that our government is sending to Israel. And I think one thing that we really have to make clear during the DNC is that this genocide that we're seeing take place, 40,000 Palestinians have been killed. It is not simply just something that Israel is doing. It is something that our government is directly doing as well. And so it is critically important that the DNC take this on as a core part of what they are doing to shift and change our policy so that we are no longer arming and funding this genocide.
Thank you so much. And the last question I wanted to ask you, Beth, is what do you wish to see from a Harris-Walz administration in terms of calling for a ceasefire, but what other policies do you want to see take place?
Arms embargo. The first, the most urgent, the most critical, and there are more down the line, but the most urgent thing right now is that we need Kamala Harris to call for and pledge to enact an arms embargo. And the reason that arms embargo is so urgent is that we desperately need a ceasefire now to save lives. And the Israeli government has made it very clear that they are not interested in a ceasefire, and that as long as the United States continues to give them a green light, they will continue destroying life in Gaza. So we have to use the leverage that we have to pressure them. And that means we stop sending them unconditional billions of dollars, and we stop sending them the bombs and the warplanes that they are using to slaughter Palestinians in Gaza.
Thank you for your ongoing solidarity. We are here with Beth Miller from Jewish Voice for Peace. Thank you so much for being here.